Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Tensions in the Middle East have reached their boiling point. Moments ago, Iran unleashed what experts are calling the largest missile strike in modern Middle Eastern history, raining destruction on multiple Israeli cities, including Tel Aviv, Haifa, and Be'er Sheva. The night sky was filled with fiery trails, as dozens of ballistic and cruise missiles tore through the air, overwhelming Israel's Iron Dome defense systems. Eyewitnesses describe scenes of pure chaos, the thunder of explosions echoing through city streets, sirens wailing endlessly, and terrified civilians rushing toward underground shelters. In Tel Aviv, several buildings have collapsed after direct hits. Fires rage across entire districts, as emergency responders struggle to reach the wounded. According to early reports, Iran launched over 200 precision-guided missiles, claiming the assault was a direct retaliation for an Israeli airstrike that recently destroyed a senior Iranian Revolutionary Guard base near Damascus, killing high-ranking officers. Tehran had vowed a devastating response, and tonight it has delivered on that threat. This attack marks an unprecedented escalation, a full-scale Iranian strike on Israeli soil, something that analysts long warned could ignite a regional war involving the U.S., Hezbollah, and even Gulf nations. In a statement broadcast on Iranian state TV, Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei declared, "The era of Israeli impunity is over. Any aggression on our allies will be met with fire and steel." Israeli officials, caught off guard by the magnitude of the attack, have labeled it an act of war. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who addressed the nation in a somber tone, stating, "Iran has crossed a red line. They will pay an unbearable price for this aggression. Our military response will be swift and decisive." Within hours, Israeli fighter jets were seen scrambling across the skies, reportedly preparing for counterstrikes on Iranian positions in Syria and Iraq. But this time, the scale of the confrontation threatens to spiral beyond anything seen in decades. Security footage and live feeds show streaks of light crossing the night sky, a terrifying exchange of offensive and defensive fire. The Iron Dome system intercepted many incoming missiles, but according to Israel's defense forces, dozens managed to penetrate, striking critical targets, including a military logistics center and communication hubs. One missile hit near the Kiryat Malaki airbase, causing secondary explosions. Hospitals in central Israel are overwhelmed with casualties. Ambulances, fire trucks, and rescue workers fill the streets as plumes of black smoke rise from smoldering debris. On social media, Iranian users celebrated the attack, calling it Operation Quds Storm, while Israeli citizens posted emotional pleas for safety, describing scenes of destruction and confusion. The White House released a brief statement condemning Iran's actions, calling them reckless and destabilizing. The Pentagon confirmed that U.S. forces in the region are now on high alert, with aircraft carriers repositioning closer to Israel's coast. President Biden, addressing reporters late at night, stated, "The United States stands with Israel. We are assessing the situation and will respond appropriately to any threat to our allies." Meanwhile, Russia and China have urged both nations to exercise restraint, though sources suggest Moscow had prior knowledge of Tehran's military preparations. Iran and Russia have grown increasingly close, especially following years of Western sanctions, and this cooperation now appears to be reshaping the balance of power in the region. Experts warn that the next few days could determine the fate of the entire Middle East. If Israel retaliates directly against Iran, the region could descend into a full-scale regional war, drawing in Lebanon's Hezbollah, Yemen's Houthis, and even Iraq's Shia militias. Already, Hezbollah has declared full military readiness, while Syrian forces have gone on alert. Israeli citizens in northern regions have been ordered to stay near shelters as fears grow of a multi-front conflict. Former U.S. General Mark Hertling commented on CNN, "This isn't just another exchange of rockets. This is a deliberate, strategic strike, a declaration that Iran is no longer playing defense." Satellite imagery shows damage across central Israel. In Tel Aviv, Highways are littered with debris, power lines are down, and several districts remain without electricity. Emergency broadcasts have urged residents to conserve water and stay indoors. From Tehran, massive crowds have gathered in Azadi Square, waving flags and chanting anti-Israel slogans. Iranian state television is broadcasting patriotic music and footage of missiles launching into the night. The government has declared victory, saying the operation has fulfilled the promise of retribution. Iranian military commanders appeared on national TV, claiming that their Fateh and Kabar missile systems demonstrated overwhelming precision, bypassing Israeli radar networks. They warned that if Israel retaliates, the next wave will target critical infrastructure. But despite the rhetoric, analysts suggest Iran is walking a tightrope. This strike sends a message of strength, but if the response from Israel is overwhelming, it could backfire, plunging Iran into direct confrontation with NATO-backed forces. In Jerusalem, Netanyahu's war cabinet has reportedly convened in an underground command bunker. Sources claim Israel is preparing Operation Iron Vengeance, a large-scale counterattack aimed at Iranian launch sites, command centers, and Revolutionary Guard facilities. Israeli intelligence is said to be working closely with U.S. surveillance assets to identify targets. As military convoys move through the Negev desert, the entire region braces for what may come next. Israel has activated all reserve units, closed airspace to civilian flights, and placed missile defense systems on maximum alert. The situation has also triggered widespread panic in global markets. Oil prices have surged past $120 per barrel, and gold is spiking as investors flee to safe assets. The geopolitical shockwaves are rippling far beyond the Middle East. In both Iran and Israel, ordinary civilians are caught in the crossfire of power politics. In Tel Aviv, a mother clutches her children as firefighters battle flames nearby. In Tehran, families pray in mosques for their soldiers. The fear, anger, and uncertainty on both sides are palpable. The international community is calling for restraint, but with both sides fueled by vengeance and pride, diplomacy seems distant. This moment, this exchange of fire could mark the beginning of a new and dangerous chapter in Middle Eastern history. As dawn breaks over the region, smoke still hangs over Tel Aviv. The world watches, holding its breath, wondering, will this be contained, or is this the start of a full-scale war between Israel and Iran? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear: the Middle East will never be the same again. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.